Hello. So today we'll be talking about The Animal Farm by George Orwell. I am your friend, the Ineffable Ghost, and let's start with the review of the book. It's a very short read, I think a little over 100 pages. And this is a book that looks like a children's story on the surface, but it is anything but that. It is an allegory, which is basically a type of storytelling which is used to reveal a deeper meaning, typically moral meaning or a political one. So Orwell packs a punch with this little book, okay? Turning a simple story about animals into a sharp critic of society, power, and corruption. So, on the surface, you will think of it as a fairy tale or a very simple children's story, but as we discussed that it is anything but that it actually shows the reality of a society. So basically, if we talk about the plot overview, then we can say that Animal Farms tell the story of a group of farm animals who overthrow their human owner. So this is actually unheard of, right? We have never heard animals doing that, or maybe somewhere, but not a usual occurring. So in this book, animals, turn or overthrow their human owner and take the farm themselves. So they start working on the farm, and initially the name of the farm was Manor Farm, after the owner, the human owner of the farm, but they rename it as Animal Farm, and hence the name of the book is also Animal Farm. So at first the animals start this revolution because one of the pigs had a dream that all animals are equal and how man is exploiting them. There is a very good monologue in the book. I think it should be used for for auditions. It's that good. So that pig tells the animals that there is a revolution coming and I have dreamt about it. So firstly, when the revolution starts on this very farm, it is all about equality. So the one thing that they are very clear about initially is that all animals are equal and their only one enemy is man. So this is they have these 7 commandments, which are like the 7 basic rules or commandments, you can say, where they discuss that how what is good and bad. So they summarize their complete revolution into these 7 commandments, where it is clearly mentioned that man is bad, that 4 legs are good, 2 legs are bad, and all of these things. But as the story unfolds, power dynamics start to shift within the animals, and then the things start to take a darker turn. The main theme about of the book is that this isn't just a story about animals as we discussed, but originally Orwell also subtitled it as a fairy story. So this is kind of interesting, even though the author himself published or subtitled it as a fairy story, which suggested that he intended it as a fable, because of the he feared opposition or banning of the book. So basically, but it is believed that the themes are deeply political, which mirror the events that happened in Russia from the 1917 revolution onwards. So the main theme which I felt is power and corruption, how the animals started all equal, and when a few animals got the power, they started the corruption. So but what's fascinating and also horrifying is how the animals end up becoming the very thing they rebelled against. So basically, we already discussed that the animal started is that everything is equal, everything is very nice. But then the pigs, who were considered as the most intelligent beings on the farm, were supposed to lead the revolution for equality, but they turned into the tyrants that they were. So it's a sharp commentary on how revolutions can start with the best intentions but can fall apart when power comes into play. So that's why we are saying that it shows the corruption with that comes with the power. So on the broader level, Animal Farm holds a mirror to society. We can very safely say that it holds a very mirror to the society. You can easily link how the pigs related to a particular group, how the horses related to the another group. So it highlights the exploitation of one class by another and examines how socio-economic classes interact with each other, and also that how powers and connections often determine how people or animals are treated, leaving the hardworking, loyal ones at a disadvantage. That we usually see, right? How the middle class is always the one that's in the worst situation. We are the ones paying taxes, the rich are not paying, the poor are not paying. So the people who are hardworking and loyal are mostly at a disadvantage, be it an animal farm or be it a political situation. So mostly we talk about the characters, we can divide it into mainly, let's say, the pigs. Basically, especially, there are two characters, Napoleon and Snowball, and how the struggle for power and internal conflicts happen within their leadership. Then the hardworking and loyal ones are the horse, which is named who is named Boxer, who is the symbol of the working class. So he's hardworking and loyal, but ultimately exploited and discarded. Just like in corporate, also this happens. The hardworking and loyal employees exploited and discarded, which is very relatable, as my human is also a corporate slave. So, which is heartbreaking, but unfortunately, it is real. Personally, I loved this book. It's deceptively simple to read. You can read it in one sitting. It's deceptively simple to read, but its impact stays with you. So it makes you think about the power structures, society, and even your role in the system. You start to think, out of these animals, which category am I in? And it's the kind of book that, actually grows on you long after you have finished reading. So if I tell you, this is my second read of this book, and I was actually saving it when I have a little more maturity, but still I think I will read it once again in the maybe multiple times in the future, because this is that kind of the book. So if you haven't read Animal Farm yet, I highly recommend it. It's short, it's engaging, and it's packed with insights that are still very relevant today. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a story with talking animals, right? Especially when you have so much to say about the world we live in.